One of the most impactful inventions in the history of the internet occurred in 2006 when Raskin invented the infinite scrolling. At first, it was used as a tool in order to make users' searching experience a little less frustrating by loading content infinitely instead of tapping or clicking the load more button just to find a piece of information. However, after a few years, he had to apologize publicly for making you sad because he is the reason you can't stop scrolling. Why? Let's find out. When you wake up in the morning, your daily routine starts as well. Making breakfast, drinking coffee, going to work, and so on are some things we all do throughout the day. However, there are a few habits you have unconsciously implemented, like scrolling on social media. Now, is it necessarily bad for your health? Well, it is actually more serious than you could have ever imagined. The moment you start scrolling, you get dopamine released in your brain, which is triggered when you get pleasure and reward from an activity. In this case, it occurs when you find the content you were looking for, you press like, you go to the next one, you do the same, and so on, until you get to a point where seconds have become minutes and minutes have become hours. And that's the reason the dopamine loop commences. Your brain has entered a mode where it seeks more doses of dopamine from likes, shares, comments, and instant gratification from the content you have been uploading this entire time and all these posts you have been endlessly scrolling over and over again in order to find the information you were looking for. It has become a double-edged sword which either gives you happiness or sadness. Eventually, the lack of interaction on your posts can lead to stress, anxiety, or even depression. At this point, your brain starts functioning differently for the reason that you have been continuously giving it a huge amount of information, and as a result, everything else you do apart from scrolling seems dull, meaningless, and it gradually becomes your addiction. Unfortunately, this is where the snowball effect begins, and social media impact your social life. Your relationship with other people, including your family members and friends, has become extremely complicated because you're hooked on your phone all the time, you can't let it go, and you have stopped paying attention to those around you, to what they talk about, how they feel, and so on. In the end, people who have been supporting you have started getting away from you. At that time, you might feel lonely, depressed, craving for that notification to ring in order to satisfy your brain as you keep distancing yourself from the social environment. You underperform at work, being unable to concentrate on what you do, and your colleagues speak ill of you because you're being inconsistent on a daily basis. Your partner has no idea what to do in order to make you feel better and desperately trying to turn you back to normal because he or she starts complaining about your relationship. And now that we mentioned all the negative things that endless scrolling on social media can cause, there is one question we need to answer. Is this fixable? Fortunately, there are a few solutions that will gradually decrease dopamine levels, and the process is called dopamine or digital detox. It might take a few weeks or maybe months in order to get back to the point the brain used to function, but it's definitely worth trying. Of course, this process will probably cause some side effects like any other addiction we're trying to overcome. If symptoms persist, I strongly recommend you to get professional help as soon as possible. First of all, you can do the obvious by deleting social media apps or disabling notifications. If somebody wants to contact you, there are other ways to do it, so don't worry about it. Also, replacing an old habit, social media, with a new one could be a solution as long as you stick to it and you do it consistently. If you don't like it, change it and try to give it as much time as it takes. Furthermore, starting something creative like a hobby could be the beginning of a new page in life or a brand new project which might give you the chance to do something so great that this page you turned could become your next chapter. Additionally, a healthy diet along with moderate or vigorous intensity activities may be the solution. Your body will get in better shape, plus your mind will always be busy, and when you get back home, you will always be exhausted from the amount of workout you have done throughout the day. Actually, now that I think about it, there are tons of things to do in order to overcome your addiction. It will not come overnight, it won't be easy. In the end, you might need to get professional assistance, but at least do yourself a favor and start dealing with it as soon as possible. And if you don't believe what I've been telling you until now and how serious this is, try to remember 10 posts that got your attention since you started using social media. And if you do remember them, try to reminisce the happiest moment of your life, or at least one of them. From all these memories, which one was the most vivid? If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe, and if you want to share your own story, your own thoughts, you can post in the comment section, in the Discord channel, or you can send me an email. I was Satiris, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.